IB class of 2020, thank you for having me here tonight to give you some advice. Extraordinary times sometimes make you realize the value of the things that you already have and have always taken for granted. I've been thinking a lot about the senior class because you guys have lost a lot of the normal traditions we have for high school graduation, like prom and graduation and awards nights, and you took senior ditch day to a whole new level. I can understand that all of this was very upsetting and disappointing. However, you've gained something invaluable. You've gained an appreciation for your normal, humdrum, everyday life. And I don't think you ever will be so easy to complain about that normal life, your friends, your family, and other things close to your heart ever again. We as your teachers will definitely never forget this special group of students and what these last months were like without you. We missed time with you. We missed seeing you every day. We missed your pranks, your whining, your complaints, your jokes. And yes, we missed some of the same traditions. And now, you're leaving us. But I feel the bond between us has gotten even stronger. Maybe it's misery loves company. You're leaving us as adults. You've experienced loss and you have shown that you are tougher than any other group before you. And because of that, you will never let any obstacle stand in your way. I bet that you will be one of the most achieving and successful groups that have ever graduated from this school. In 10 years, when you come back to your reunion, this is what you'll be talking about. Remember when? Remember when we were locked in our house for 2 months? Remember virtual graduation? Remember how freaked out our teachers were about having to teach with Zoom and they didn't know what they were doing? And remember not having any IB exams? And so on and so on. One thing I want you to promise me is that I want you to remember always who you are and what you've gone through. You are braver than you believe and stronger than you seem and smarter than you think. You have already proven it to me. You've proven it to your families, and you've proven it to all of your teachers and all of us here. Good luck, and expect great things from you. I'll miss you.
Shut up and sit down.
Jason, describe yourself.
I'm not sure.
Come and find out. That's how I describe myself.
Big.
I'm somebody that wants to be like kind of smug.
I like to go on walks or journal or hang out with my friends.
I'm always the quiet person, so I don't really like to have a lot of attention drawn to me.
Quiet but loud.
Okay. All right.
I am a boy. I'm a very caring person, and I learned all that through my mom.
I want to be remembered as just, someone overall happy. Every day there was always a point where I would be happy.
I am kind of a planner, so I'll usually make a list of everything I'll have to do in every class and think about which ones will go easy and think about which ones will be a little bit more difficult.
I'm a cool guy.
You're the legend.
I'm the legend. That's what I am.
How do you like to spend your free time?
Well, one of my favorite things to do is take naps. I de-stress and I feel good entering my dreams.
I'm kind of a hermit or introverted person. So then after a long day of going to school, as soon as I get home, I immediately pass out and go to sleep. And then I wake up at 1 a.m. and I complete everything.
I sleep, I eat, I'm learning to cook, and I also like hanging out with my friends.
I like making memes, drawing, and listening to music. That's how I spend my free time. I also dabble into, watching the old Nebraska games every now and then.
Very good. Very inspirational. I usually spend my free time not doing IB.
I like to play video games. Recently I've been playing Animal Crossing.
Usually I spend my time ranging from not just trying to help articulate my brain, but also enjoying some free time to just let off some steam.
I watch movies and TV shows and cartoons.
Favorite movie?
The Incredibles.
I usually work and play sports and work out.
All right, so what sport have you been playing recently?
My latest one was rugby, but that got shut down.
Right, everything got shut down.
What has been the best part about being an IB?
Sorry to all the teachers, but I think having such a solid friend group and like being able to really get to know your peers and like obviously we would hang out after school, go bowling, like get together. I think that's one of the best things, especially at such a big high school, because I feel like it's impossible to really get to know everyone in regular classes.
The challenging coursework. It was something new for me that I never really experienced until then, and the challenge brought the best out of me.
All my friends were in my classes, so I saw them every day.
I became friends with like someone that I've known since kindergarten, Leopold Dreiling. Like we were like on and off, but I think being an IB and us like going through like the struggles, and we had like all the classes together, which was like awesome. So it's kind of like me and him were just counting on each other and like helping each other through this like crazy time.
I think it was like the support system. I think everyone was really like kind, and it kind of like at moments it got kind of annoying being with like the same kids for 2 years, but it was kind of fun in a way. Like we all got to know each other really well, and like I got to know all my teachers really well.
I've never met more passionate teachers who cared more about their students, and I never met like people, like students who were so like passionate about school, and like somehow all of us got along together, which was great. Because like you would think after 2 years we'd get sick of each other, but like surprisingly we didn't.
IB is just a family. Like in short, it's just a family. It's amazing. And one of the best parts is our IB lock-in. I'm actually wearing this pajama from the IB lock-in. It was just amazing. Like all your friends there and stuff like that, and the teachers. You guys get to do a lot of cool stuff.
Being able to connect with my teachers and the people around me, and also the classes are very unique from like normal classes, and I think that you don't typically learn things that you would learn in IB or in a normal class that you would learn in IB.
Getting close with my friends, Leo and Christian, and honestly during IB was when we started playing rugby, and we started hanging out even more.
To really get a taste of how higher learning is, this is an introduction to how college will be, and it really opened my eyes to how prepared you have to be for your classes. You can't just go running down. You really have to prepare for tests, and you really have to learn how to maintain and control your free time.
I really like the IB teachers because they're all really hardworking, and you have like a lot more resources that you can get from them compared to other teachers. Like you can like feel it when you go in their room, like this is their main gig, like this is their specialty, and then you're just like, wow, like I'm learning, you know?
All right, tell us about one of your very favorite school memories.
All right, so it was one of my first year here at Westy. It was my junior year. And it was during our physics class, and we were doing an experiment with Mr. McGarvey, and Dan actually like popped out his shoulder or something. That's why he had to get something for his wrist, because when we were doing an experiment of running, he fell. That was one of the best things. That was so funny because it was one of like the first weeks I got to meet Dan.
Oh, when Dan fractured his wrist junior year, like the first weekend in the IB, the physics. Boom, fell on concrete, fractured his wrist. Kind of funny.
Okay.
I guess all the times that I injured myself or broke something in the school. I remember breaking a beaker in McGarvey's class. I remember injuring my wrist while running in McGarvey's class. I broke a thermometer in Falconer's class. I broke a lot of things.
So breaking things. Nice. Very good. Did McGarvey turn that into a physics lesson?
Well, I mean, yeah, force equals speed times it's all there.
Okay.
There's the equation.
All right.
How much force do you need to fracture your wrist? Boom. We found that out with Dan. Figured out how fast he was going, how hard he fell. Boom. We knew the force.
All right. There we go. Sounds perfect.
Honestly, I think recently it's receiving my cap and gown and my IB sash.
It would probably be when I turned in my Psych IA because I knew it was really good. And you know when you come into class being so prepared and you just like, I know I'm gonna do well in this. It's just such a nice, rewarding feeling. Like being prepared is my favorite thing.
I don't think I have like one specific memory. I just have a lot of like really fun, like good memories. Like that like are like kind of in a compilation. It's kind of like my playlist of like best memories pretty much.
It was the egg drop in McGarvey's class. Cause it was like the last big thing, and then after we did it, like he like gave trophies for all of us, and we were like, well, this isn't you, like you're not this type of person. And he was like, no, it was my daughter's idea, she made everything.
Always leaving a trail of glitter everywhere I went. Like I feel like I felt really magical. And I feel like my favorite quote was always, "Oh."
Absolutely, yep. I can agree with that completely. I don't know if I'm still finding glitter around or not.
Yeah.
Eating after games, whether it was rugby or football.
Where was the spot? Where did you guys go?
Usually before games, it was always Chipotle. That was it. Before games practice, literally Chipotle. That's where we always ate.
I remember vividly, me and Alonzo were in his car, and I believe it was Leo or Rath, like all the big dudes, you know, they decided they were going to tip the car over in the parking lot. They didn't succeed, thankfully, but that was that was a really vivid memory for me, so that was pretty fun.
That one will stick in your brain, all right.
Ooh, leaving. Yeah, that was my favorite memory.
Awesome.
Some inside jokes. I don't know. I think those got to keep inside.
What happens inside stays inside. All right.
There's so many inside jokes, but I feel like I have a lot of them with like Dan, Christian, you know, Issa, and then like that's why inside jokes. They're personal though.
Confidential.
McGarvey lives on. Sigmund Freud. The penis envy one.
The what?
There's like a theory.
We may have to edit this part out.
Basically, during IB psychology, we learned a topic about abnormal psychology, and we watched this documentary. And there was this patient named Brian who just kept going on the loop, and it just basically became a meme within IB psychology.
Nothing works here.
Yeah.
How long have you been here, George?
For 7 years.
7
Nothing
years.
works
There you
here.
go.
The Monday revelations, that's definitely an inside joke between the IB Diploma kids. It's a series of artwork with profound thoughts.
We got so many, not even just inside jokes, just like inside activities, like the crown situation, all the nicknames that we have for everybody, Dangerous Dan, you know, all those kinds of things. So, I mean, those are definitely the ones that we can share to the world. So,
what was the most challenging thing of being in the IB Diploma program?
For me, was just getting a big shift into like harder classes, because like I never did any homework or didn't study. I mean, I still didn't, but like I did a little bit more than what I did my first 2 years.
I think math. I remember I would go into like McGarvey's room, like I feel like every other day and ask him questions, and I don't know, I feel like I always ask questions because I never really knew what was going on.
Yeah, I threatened at one point to give her like a limited number of question cards, and when she used them up, they were gone.
The finishing strong. I feel like I could have finished stronger, but I lost motivation along the way, and that was just one of the biggest challenges. IB's a cake, of course.
Managing stress, I think. Sometimes the assignments like pile up and I just need to stay on top of it. But recently it's been hard to stay motivated, so I've been trying my best to get all my work done so that I can graduate and get my IB diploma. But I think IB has also taught me to manage my time better and also to not procrastinate.
It wasn't the coursework, but it was making sure you do everything correctly the first time and like having like a schedule for everything.
The beginning of IB, or not even the beginning, like once we got the actual workload of what we had to do, then you're just kind of like shifts from regular high school work to IB work, and it sucked. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I'll definitely have to say the IAs. It's, especially being in diploma, the IAs were such a rigorous and long part of IB that I didn't just have to do one, but I had to do several, and that really took a toll on me.
Handling the workload and the amount of time we have to do it, because both of those combined led to me not being able to not being able to control my procrastination as much, and that led me to not want to pursue college straight out of high school and join the army to try to get some discipline.
I have written about this in every question, what's a difficult thing that, you know what, sometimes you think you're good at math and then you have Mr. McGarvey's class. That's all I have to say.
The challenge part. Doing homework at home.
Right, so actually doing homework.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was the first time since the 6th grade I'd ever failed a math quiz. It was the first one he gave us, and oh my gosh, math was just so difficult for me.
I guess it applies to the entire school, but just waking up so early and then having to have IB physics every morning. That was awful.
And then you have Dan sitting right next to you, being the mathematical genius. You feel like an idiot, but I'm still in IB math now, so.
What do you want to do this summer? Do you have college plans?
I did want to be an engineer. That was my path that I wanted to be then. Of course, I wanted to be now I want to be a sports psychologist, and my plans this summer, I just kind of want to have fun this summer, go golf a lot, go have fun with friends, go to Cali, travel.
I will be attending CU Denver and majoring in psychology.
Probably over the summer, I'm gonna get a job so that I can save money for college. And after the summer, I'm gonna go straight into college and, do my best. And hopefully I'll be able to pay for college, because I did apply for a bunch of scholarships, but right now I only have one, and I'm still waiting for other scholarships that I've applied to answer. So yeah, my first plan is to just get a job just in case if I don't receive any more scholarships, so that way I can save up money.
What's next for you after high school?
After high school, it's Mines, School of Mines. That's my school, and that's where I'm going to be going for my engineering, for my bachelor.
What kind of engineering are you hoping to study?
I'm hoping to study aerospace engineering, something with NASA, something where I could work closely with space.
Well, next year I'm going to go to the University of Denver, and I'm going to major in history, possibly political science, but for sure teaching and curriculum, and probably get a minor in ethnic studies, and then maybe teach at Westy. I don't know if it's Westy, but I feel like I do see myself teaching in the future.
I'm going to Colorado College to major in computer science.
Colorado College and majoring in computer science.
Yup.
Working and then going to college.
Where are you going to college?
Oh, School of Mines.
Colorado School of Mines?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. Good job, buddy.
It's rough, but I'll be okay.
I guess I'm going to be in CU Denver, planning on transferring to a nicer college I was rejected to originally.
Where is that?
I really wanted to get accepted to Colorado College.
May 18th, I have operator training for my dad's work to become a pharmaceutical operator.
Okay. What does a pharmaceutical operator do?
Makes pharmaceutical drugs.
Oh.
And in large loads.
All right. Cool. Is that like a long-term thing? Or are you thinking to turn that into a career, or is it just?
I'm thinking about turning into a career, and if I want to go back to school, I'd go back to school, and the company would help pay for it. So I just have to get a degree in like either chemistry or chemical engineering, and they'll help pay for it.
Well, I'm gonna head into depression because I'm gonna be so sad that my family is gonna stay here and I'm gonna move to Fort Collins. It's kind of hitting now that I'm about to leave. I'm gonna be the first one in my family to live on campus and actually move away, hopefully successfully. So yeah, I'm gonna pack my things up, say goodbye to my family, move to Fort Collins, and come back every couple of weeks or so. Kind of attend CSU and take all my classes, have fun there, hopefully.
Knowing that now, Jason, so let's go deep into the future. Let's go your late 20s. You're my age. You're 28. So at 28, where are you? What are you doing? What's your life like? Paint me a picture.
At 28, hopefully, I have FIRE going on. Do you know what FIRE is?
I mean, I think I do, but I'm old. I'm 28 now, so I may be out of the loop.
So like, it's this thing called financial independent retirement early, and I really want to like get into that.
In 10 years from now, I just feel like I see myself supporting kids because I know that I struggled a lot, and I want to be that kind of support system for somebody else.
I'd like to move back to move to the Philippines, not move back. But that's because my family is there. My grandma, my grandpa, all my cousins and my aunts and uncles live there. And I feel like I've been missing that connection to them my whole life because I've always lived in the US. And I want to create that connection with my extended family. So I think that's my long-term goal, is to move there and to be a part of my family.
Hopefully, I have a boat. Because if I have a boat, that means I'm successful. And a family, too.
A boat and a family. I like it.
Senior chemical operator, boom, making money.
All right.
It's like that.
Where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
10 years from now, wow. Well, I want to be able to get into Belco Aerospace Company. I want to be able to get into that company and work there. And I think in 10 years, though, I'll be past my internship. I'll be getting a good job there. That's where I want to be.
I definitely see myself having a family. You know, a lot of my goals in life are based around making a good life for my kids, just like my parents did for me. Yeah, I think I see myself maybe in a different state, maybe not Colorado, but we'll see. Holding my bachelor's degree. I don't think I'll get any education past the bachelor's, but definitely maybe doing a little bit of world travel, doing all those things that I wish that I could have done. In high school, I wanted to be a foreign exchange student, but that didn't happen, so.
Well, hopefully I was able to get into CU Anschutz and...
Oh, you will. There's no hopefully, buddy. You could drop that.
I'll be graduating from there and I'll be starting my residency.
I don't know yet. Honestly, I just roll with whatever comes my way, pretty much, because that's what I've been doing my whole life. So whatever happens, and I don't know, maybe 10 kids by then, or like no kids. We'll see.
What advice do you have for future IB students?
I'd say don't procrastinate and always do your homework on time, especially because it can be easy to procrastinate and just lose motivation sometimes. So you just need to stay on top of it in order to, reach the long-term goal of completing IB.
Take it easy. Just go with the flow. I always say you don't manage your time in IB, you juggle your time. So you might as well just go with the flow.
Do the work in class so you don't have homework. So you have as much free time as possible outside of school.
I would say really don't give up, because I think one of the saddest moments in IB was definitely seeing how it went from a class of maybe 40 to 12, and obviously we're all close now, but I think when I first started IB, I saw so much potential in everybody, and I thought everybody was really gonna do great, and it's like that whole thing, learn to fail. I think it was kind of difficult to see people take failure so hard and not continue. I think just persevere through it. It's really rewarding by the end of it.
Get a routine. That's the most important thing. A routine for every day. Like something to do. Like you stretch in the morning and then you review for 15 minutes. Like stuff like that.
Always have your calculator on hand. Remember that the mitochondria is a powerhouse of a cell. And never procrastinate, because it's hard to get back up.
Just look into the procrastination. I know everybody tells you about this. You hear it all the time. Students always make jokes about it, but it seriously is something that you should work on, because an IB Diploma, it's really rigorous, and if you just procrastinate all the time and do everything, that's going to affect your mental health drastically. And not just for high school, but in college, if you start doing that, you will go down a path that you do not want.
Don't procrastinate. Like I did it, somehow I passed, and we're here now, I guess. But don't be stupid like me. I somehow did it, don't know how, but it just happened.
It's gonna get hard, and I know you're gonna want to quit, but don't. Trust me, by the end, you'll feel like, wow, I could get through this. And then I already know, going into college, I'm already 5 steps ahead, rather than the normal freshman going into college. So I feel and you're gonna have fun, of course, and it's gonna be hard. That's just how it is. I mean, there's nothing in this life that's not gonna be hard. So this is just going to prepare you.
Okay, do not procrastinate. Oh my God, let me tell you guys. Oh, what is some advice? It's actually not as hard as you think to be. You're just making it hard on yourself. And honestly, breathe. Take Miss Bracelam's breathing tips in the mornings, because they help.
Good luck on the tests, because we didn't do them.
Whoa, harsh. Who would you like to thank for helping you through this chapter of your life?
I would like to thank Falconer for having such a direct impact on my academic journey. She wrote a lot of letters of recommendation for me when the deadlines were really, really close. I would like to thank Brayson for emphasizing mental health for all of us. You as well. I like to give a thank to you, because you helped me so much in advising for the whole pre-med journey I'm about to go through. I'd like to thank Romanowski, because she brought the fear of God into me.
My friends and my teachers with IB or with high school in general, because I don't know how hard it would be, or how much more different it would be if I was just all on my own.
Do I have to say one person, or can I just spitball?
Listen, you say how many people?
All right. Thank you to you for giving me a relaxing, safe place to talk about all my crazy ideas. Braceland, you're a champion for keeping my stress down. Dennis, you're a champion because you made me love psychology. Robinson, you were really smart, and thank you for picking up physics. Miss Macias, thank you. Even though I don't like Spanish much, you really helped me out. Lindenberger, thank you for HOA year 1, but Avid was a lot better than HOA year 1. Gilchrist, I hope you're doing well because you haven't spoken to us in like 3 weeks. But thank you for being super gifted and helping all of us. Thank you, Dan, for making me more bold. Zuri for wanting me to be smarter. Leo for remembering me to be a kid. And Arath for making me laugh.
Would it be a little pretentious if I could thank myself?
I feel like all my IB teachers, all of them really helped me. I feel like I would have not made it here without all of you guys. But I feel like especially Mr. Lindenberger and Miss Olivia, just because like, I don't know, they helped me a lot in the college process and a lot of things that I was confused with.
Well, I guess all my IB teachers, they were all really supportive in like helping pushing me towards a goal. They were also like, I guess kind of used to that like, I want to do well mindset. And so they always had resources that I could always go to.
Friends. And then sports. If I wasn't playing sports, I would just say fuck it. Because you have to be eligible to play sports. To be eligible, you have to pass class. So, and then some of my teachers, like you're a big part of it. So, I liked you. So I was going to do yours. I was going to do your classwork, of course. Had to keep a good relationship,
All right. I like it. And thank you. I appreciate it.
Want to thank, of course, all my friends, Leopold Dreiling being one of them, and and Marisol Ramirez always helping me through. Like I remember I was in her car just like with my head just like this, but I can't do my eye. Then she's just like, just get it done. Then also, of course, Portia Curley being in your office sometimes, just like that morning, just help me be in the right mindset. Jeff Dennis, Sweater Jeff Dennis, always he was one of the biggest ones. He's probably gonna be my biggest influence and the person I want to thank the most, because like he just really set me up for and really helped me choose a career that I want to do, and he really did influence of like me being a future sports psychologist. And like he helped me and he gave me all these articles, and I think that's the person I want to thank.
Not crying at all.
I'd like to thank my mother. She's a very hardworking woman, and she had to go through hell just to put me in a spot where I am comfortable with life, and I don't have to live every day knowing, what I'm going to eat tomorrow, what I'm going to wear. She really worked her butt off, and to make that possible, she really had to go through a lot in order for me not only to be the first one to go to college in my close and outer family, but to be the first one to graduate from high school, my entire family.
It's amazing, man. That's beautiful.
Chris Williams, don't put some of this stuff in here. I'm going to lead in with what is possibly the most important question we could ask. And this is for the incoming IBers. Are you ready?
Okay.
What's the most important or best type of pen that they're going to need going into IB?
Got my pencil bag right here.
Some people question the return of Nebraska football to national dominance. Why are these people wrong?
They just don't trust the process. They don't trust Scott Frost. Nebraska's going to be back in about maybe next year.
Excellent answer. I like that.
Another super serious question. Junior year, we decided that it was necessary to create a large cardboard cutout to follow Arath everywhere he went. Do you feel this is still necessary?
Honestly, I feel like this will be needed more in college. Oh my, the cardboard cutout, I forgot about that. That is amazing. It's just Miss Bryson going like this to Arath because he's sleeping. I think it's necessary. We're gonna need that for college. I feel like we need it even more now. As we're reading Watchmen, as you can tell in our class.
Well, you can see the pen right here. I kind of forgot the brand.
I'm kind of a fashion guy too.
And these ones really work well, like the big pens.
Oh yeah.
Like, they're pretty smooth.
But I'm also like a cheap fashion guy, so I like to go to art a lot and go directly to the sale rack at every store. So that's where you find the best stuff because nobody wants it.
Joy something pens. Like, you know, the cool ones that look like for teachers? Those are pretty good.
These?
Yes.
Like anybody cares about that other than you, Nerdburger.
Psychology is not a science because it doesn't follow the scientific method. And yeah, those are some of the inside jokes.
Gotcha. I just want to make sure, Dennis, you heard that last one, right? Okay.
The Charlie Whitman trials was really fun. I got to play a psychologist who like saw Charlie Whitman before he did all his psychological stuff, and then I got interrogated hard by my own girlfriend.
Do you ever just like get really hungry for knowledge, so then you just surf the web and like it's like to the point where you want to distract yourself? That's what I do a lot of times. Like,
but then you go down a rabbit hole, and that rabbit hole opens up another one, and then you go deeper and deeper, and then pretty soon you don't even remember what your original search was.
I remember everything.
Iowa has subpar corn compared to Nebraska. Why is this so?
You know, I think they're just planting their corn in concrete. I don't know what's wrong with Iowa. They're just awful. Iowa just has bad corn compared to Nebraska.
Also a very good answer. It's pretty obvious why you won the scholarships that you did.
What was your favorite memory of our IB class?
My favorite memory of your IB class. Wow. My personal favorite memory of you guys is probably the TV commercial you made for your interesting invention when you were a freshman in humanities.
It was a battery charger and it worked.
Right. I'm aware.
Hey, you.
God?
Do your batteries ever die?
Yeah?
Do you want a cheap and easy way to charge your batteries?
Of course.
So how about try this enhanced battery charger?
Wow, that's pretty good.
You may be wondering, what the screw is this thing? Well, this is called the tube of power. It's a battery charger and a fitness machine, so you can gain energy and lose calories all at the same time. But you may be wondering, how the hell does this thing even work? It's actually really simple and it's really easy to use. But don't trust me, listen to our valued customers.
Hi, I'm an athlete, and this not only changed my life by charging my batteries, but helping me stay fit.
I love my tube of power because I could use it to charge my remote control batteries when they die.
This is amazing. I don't know what I would do without my tube of power.
Wow, I'm not an actor. I'm a real person, and this is great.
Hi, my name is Bob, and I'm addicted to a tube of power.
You know, when the customers think about it, you should understand the 4 easy rules so you can use your tube of power. 1. Connect the wires to the ends of the battery and make sure they're secure so the current goes to the battery. 2. Just shake. There's a lot of ways to shake. There's the side to side, the up and down, the pump. There's many ways you could do it. There's a shake for every occasion. You can't really go wrong. 3. Just take the battery out after about 30 minutes or whenever you feel is best. And then 4. Enjoy. When you get your new battery, you'll feel just as excited as this dog.
Call 1-800-TUBE-OF-POWER right now to get your tube of power today. That's right, 1-800-TUBE-OF-POWER. That's 1-800-TUBE-OF-POWER. Call now.
I'm the legend.
I guess you are.
And I think IB has really taught me to be a better person. Even though it's drugged me down too many times, I think it's lifted me up even higher. And it really taught me a bunch of life lessons that I'm gonna take throughout my life. So, legend out.
I was getting to know the rest of my classmates with little surveys, and on what food I like, I put steak. And Dan was sitting next to me, and I asked Dan, "Hey Dan, how do you like your steak?" And he goes, "Obviously medium rare. Duh. How do you eat it? Chewy?" And from that day, I knew Dan was gonna be one of my closest friends. And we have some pictures. Here's some pictures too.
You know, I plan to try to get a motorcycle endorsement. I really want a motorcycle after this is all done. I'm trying to get EMT certification. And yeah, those are some of my immediate plans.
Oh,
So freshman year, your class is spinning in the spinning chair for about 2 minutes, standing up, try to walk, and boom, straight into the whiteboard. And then into the pub card.
And the computer card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. I'm glad that one came out.
As you creep into Jason's room after completing all the assignments, it will become suddenly clear that IB has taken over his life, and he just stares in the blank black screen all day, 24 hours, as soon as he completes his IB work, thinking to himself, well, there's no exam, so...
They're going to help you through this, and they're going to teach you.
Yeah.
That's what IB teachers do.
All right. What is your favorite memory?
Like through IB or like in general?
Well, I mean, I don't want to hear about what happened when you were like 6 and the first time you went fishing with your dad or something like that.
Remember that physics is an imaginary science and biology, as we all know, is just mounting fish. So which one, physics or biology, or neither, is the true science?
I don't know. Because I used to think physics, and then like we got into astrology and we started learning
astronomy.
Well, astrology.
Oh,
astronomy. We started learning about what's it called?
Can I go back and change your grade?
What was it called? It wasn't called mythology. What was it called? The store thing.
Cosmology.
Cosmology. That's the one. I used to think it was physics until I got to yeah, that one. I don't know.
I think you gave us an answer quite well.
Don't try to buy a webkins. They're really expensive. I looked it up, and some of them are going for hundreds of dollars. I don't know what's going on with them.
I'm not crying. Nobody here's crying. They're just, you know what? There's some really strong onions somewhere in this house. That's all. Ooh, okay.
You've got a mixture somewhere.
Right. That's totally what it is.
That was fun.
Out of nowhere, something dangerous and unexpected appears. Everything changes. Your life becomes measures of before the crisis and after it. There is upheaval in every direction. People lose their lives, their homes, their jobs, their sense of normalcy. Tens of thousands of people directly experience the devastation, the most severe in a century. If given the chance, would you stop it? Remember the fallacy of uniqueness? The human brain plays tricks on us, allowing each of us to tell ourselves that no one else has ever suffered like this. No one else has ever had to face these struggles. The good news and the bad news is that you are not special. I am not special. None of us is immune to the human condition. No one else has life completely figured out either. We're all just figuring it out as we go. No matter what you struggle with, some other human somewhere at some time has dealt with something similar. In Kobe, Japan in 1995, before any of you were born, people experienced many of the exact things you and I are experiencing right now: uncertainty, fear, sadness, and loss. So, if given a chance, would you stop it? Would you save Tokyo from destruction? Would you go underground and do Mortal Kombat with Worm? We are truly living inside of a Murakami story. Each of us has our own monster, our own worm to battle. In the wise words of Frog, my enemy is, among other things, the me inside me. We make choices that lead to undesirable consequences. We sabotage our own success. We repeat the same negative patterns over and over. Sound familiar? Watch the words you use to talk to yourself. Treat yourself with kindness. Be gentle with yourself. No one can fight your monster for you. It will keep showing up over and over again for the rest of your life. But if you look carefully, you'll notice that whenever you need help in battle, your own frog will magically appear. Many of you wrote white papers about the internal world versus the external one. You made the point that the internal world has value. Go one step further. What is the power of your dreams? What is your subconscious trying to tell you? What you see with your eyes is not necessarily real. Those strange scenarios, that extreme hunger that will not end no matter what you do, you too could find yourself in a Japanese McDonald's with Kirsten Dunst. You just never know. But listen to the message. What is your subconscious trying to tell you? But what I hope you take away from Murakami at a deep level is the idea of peace within chaos, the beauty of a minor chord. We all want to think we're in control of every piece of our lives. We want things to make sense, to fit neatly into well-defined boxes. We want things to go at our own chosen speed in the exact way we've envisioned them. That seems kind of funny right about now, doesn't it? The truth is that life never works this way. Life is messy. It's unexpected. It doesn't always have a happy ending or a tiny resolution. Instead of holding on with all you've got, trying to force that minor chord to resolve into a nice expected tonic, lean into the chaos. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Your high school experience is ending on a minor chord. The goodbyes aren't tidy. The celebrations aren't the way you imagined them. You won't get that resolution you so desperately crave. But stop and listen. That minor chord is so very beautiful. You can feel it in your bones. As you move forward, know there will be heartache and pain, but there will also be magic. So take a tip from Murakami here again. Whenever the magic appears, slow down. Go big on the details, use all of your senses, and live in that moment for as long as possible. This is one of those moments. Slow down. Breathe it all in. Enjoy every bit of it. The truth is this: sometimes we get what we need instead of what we want. The flip side of us not being able to control everything is that we don't have to control everything. Sometimes the exact thing you need lands in your lap seemingly out of nowhere. That's exactly how I found myself in IB with all of you. So save space for exquisite possibilities. Unexpected things do happen, however. Anything can happen. Anything. How beautiful is that? One last thing. As you move on to your next chapter, take a cue from Katagiri. Bring in a foot-powered generator and use every ounce of your strength to fill the world with light. I love you all. Take good care of yourselves. And take with you the two things IB has given you in abundance: strength and love. You'll need them both. You never know what might happen. Anything can happen.